Hi Capricorn, welcome to Carol's Universe, tarot readings from the heart. This is your week ahead advice reading. Remember, the advice reading is really just giving you advice for the week if you should encounter a situation, or if you're going through a particular situation right now and it's flowing into next week. So this is from the 26th of June up until the 2nd of July. Please also remember you've got your July 2017 month ahead reading on the site as well. You've also got your triple cross reading to follow for July too. So we're going to just shuffle the cards and ask Universe Spirit, what is the advice that you have for Capricorn? The first card to show me advice, the other two cards to show me what the reason is for that advice that you're giving to Capricorn. So Capricorn, Sun, Moon and Rising signs. Capricorn, Sun, Moon and Rising signs. Capricorn, Sun, Moon and Rising signs. Show me what the advice is between the 26th of June to the 2nd of July. Show me. Okay. So the Ten of Wands is the advice. You've got to keep going with the situation here, Capricorn, because the Ten of Wands is about burdens and struggles. But the wonderful thing with but not just burdens and struggles, it also means determination and stamina, because this person's got to have stamina in order to push all of these things forward. Now, this could be that there is a deadline that you're looking to hit. It could be that you've been trying to get something done, but it's saying keep pushing forward because you're practically at the end of something now. Remember, tens represent the ending of situations. They represent these cycles changing. They represent when something is coming to a close, because it's a number 10. It's like the Wheel of Fortune, cycle of change all over again. The world again is another one that's kind of representative in a way of the number 10s, because they're cards that come at the end. So this is about continuation. All right, push forward, carry on pushing through. If it's a difficult situation, you got to keep on going, because you're practically at the end of a situation here. Okay, and you're very nearly there, Capricorn, with this Ten of Wands. If you've got a lot of ideas, you've got to keep moving with this. This is a wonderful card to get, is the Ten of Wands. Yes, it does represent a struggle and it does represent a burden that somebody might be carrying. But it also says with this Ten of Wands and with this Ten of Wands that yes, no matter how hard that struggle is, it's not a struggle that you can't bear, or else God wouldn't have put it in your way. So it's a struggle or it's a burden that you can bear. You can see that this guy is putting his all. He's putting every single fibre of his being into pushing whatever it is that he's pushing along, because he believes in it. So this is about having self-belief. This is not about giving up at the last hurdle. It says you're at the last hurdle now. Why give up? Let's have a look at what the reasons are for that. Because the Seven of Swords and the Lovers. Okay, so this might be for some of you guys, it might be that there's been deceit in a relationship, but it might be that there's something that is not unrecoverable here. The Seven of Swords and the Lovers, usually you get this combination. It does really speak of kind of a deceptive situation in a partnership, in a relationship. Seven of Swords often represents deceit, underhandedness, and the Lovers is usually a relationship, soulmate partnership, twin flame partnership. A partnership nevertheless, usually it's love, but it can also be other types of friendships, partnerships. Partnerships are very, very close when you get the Lover's energy. Represents the other half of yourself. This is why we look at it as the twin flame card, soulmate card, because two people are the same half. Okay, they're a half of each other. They stand naked. There's a certain vulnerability about the Lover's card. It's far more different to the Two of Cups in a way. Two of Cups is lovely and it shows, you know, a nice relationship and a date, but the Lovers goes a lot deeper than that. So this is why I see this card as being a very deep relationship. Yes, it can represent choices, but I don't think that it's that. It could be that there's been a deception and there's a choice that you need to make as well. If we were to just read it sort of separately. As a combination, it might be that there's been deceit in a relationship here. All right, Seven of Swords and that Lover's card. It might be that there's been some treachery. It might be that there's even been some betrayal here, because the Seven of Swords is about somebody who's trying to pull the wool over your eyes. Okay, so it might be that there's been some deceit, treachery, or betrayal, maybe in a relationship for some of you guys. But the advice card is saying, why give up? Why give up? Remember, it's the advice. So the advice I read is what you guys should be doing. It's not telling me the situation, though it is a situation that shows a burden. Could be because there's been deceit in some form of a relationship. Doesn't have to be love, but it can be definitely with this Lover's card. Primarily it's love with the Lover's card, but Lovers speaks about all sorts of agreements and partnerships. So there could have been some treachery, betrayal, lies, deceit within a relationship, whatever that relationship is. And it's saying, you know, with the Ten of Wands, you need to keep pushing. The advice is to keep pushing through. Okay? The advice could also be, if we were to look at it as a situation, it might be somebody's concealing something here. if this was somebody else, maybe a fire sign, somebody's concealing something because they've been treacherous or deceitful. But we're reading it as advice, so we need to look at this in the most positive way. I'm not telling you something that's happened. I'm saying what the advice is on something. So the advice with the Ten of Wands would to keep pushing forward with something, even though it's burdensome. And even if it doesn't turn out the way that you want it to turn out, it's saying that you're going to get what you need at the end. You're at the very end of a cycle here. So for some of you guys, it might be the advice is that you've had treachery in some form of a relationship. But it might be saying with the Ten of Wands, well, you're at the end of this very pressured and very burdensome. So it might be that something is culminating this week for some of you guys, Capricorn. Okay? So we could read the advice as, yes, there is a cycle coming to an end. Some of you guys might have been under great pressure, great burdens within a relationship because there was some form of deceit, lies, treachery within that relationship. So some of you guys might decide, yeah, this is the ending of the cycle. For some of you guys, it might be the Ten of Wands. Well, carry on pushing forward with this. Yes, because there's been treachery within a relationship. Yeah, and we've got the Seven of Cups. Seven of Pentacles. So this is something you'd need to evaluate. So there might have been some treachery within a relationship that you've needed to evaluate with the Seven of Pentacles. So look at what it is about the relationship. For example, if somebody's deceived you, Capricorn, it might be, well, okay, let me carry on pushing through. It's a burden, but we need to we need to clear this up. This is all about, I feel, clearing the air this week in a situation. I'm going to get some clarification on why it's telling me that you're advised this week is the Ten of Wands. Why is the advice the Ten of Wands? We know that it's here, universe, but why are you giving them, Capricorns, the advice to do the Ten of Wands? Why are you telling them to do the Ten of Wands this week? Show me. Ah, that flipped in my hand. I have to take it because of the Five of Cups. Well, I think that you've got to either... I'd read this still the same way. I was looking for something a bit more conclusive because this really does sort of solidify and, you know, verify for me that there has been some loss, potentially for some of you guys, in a relationship, partnership, whatever that relationship is. It's telling you to push through because of loss. But remember with this Five of Cups, even though there's something broken here with the Three Cups, the broken friendship, it's saying that there is the possibility of something here because there's two cups that are still upstanding here. So it's telling you to push through. Now, for some of you guys, if it's a case of, okay, there's a relationship that didn't work out here for some of you guys because there was treachery in a relationship and you've had to do a lot of evaluation of that with the Seven of Pentacles. Do I still want to stay in it? Do I still want to invest? I've invested all of this stuff here in this relationship. I've got one pentacle free, one chance. I could start again with the pentacle or I could invest my chance into this. So some of you guys will possibly still be considering, what do I do about this relationship? Here it could be saying not just that you need to carry on pushing through, but maybe with the Ten of Wands, what it needs to say to you, because the Five of Cups is showing here, that you need to bring something to a close with the Ten of Wands, because it's the card that represents burdens, yes, but it also says those burdens are coming to a close. So for some of you guys, it could be that burdens are coming to a close this week as the advice, and the advice is showing us this because there is a lot of hurt and pain around this situation, but it might be that things are coming to a close because there's been treachery in a relationship here, and one needs to consider where they go from there. We can also read this as Capricorn saying that the advice is there is a cycle or a burden that is coming to a close because of the Five of Cups. So it might be that this is your advice for the week because it literally is over for some of you guys in a situation. Five of Cups means the situation is over. So it might be something is coming to a close with the Ten of Wands as your advice card because something is literally over with the Five of Cups. And why is it over? Because there was treachery in a relationship here. Betrayal within some form of a relationship that one needs to reevaluate with this Seven of Pentacles. Do I carry on investing or not? We'll read this one more time again in the several ways that we have. The first way I'll read this is some of you guys might want to push through. It might be with the Five of Cups because you miss a particular person. Five of Cups can show up when you're missing someone because this person is mourning the loss. So they're still very much in that pain. They're still very much thinking about someone. So this Ten of Wands can also be saying, you know what? How do you push through? Yes. Ten of Wands telling you to push through. It might not be saying, well, push through with the relationship. It might also be saying with this Ten of Wands, well, you're going to need to still kind of stand in your strength. Stand strong. Yes, things are tough. Times are tough. But at the end of the day, with the Ten of Wands, just keep going. Whether that's spending time with friends, family, going to the gym. This can be the card of getting some exercise, for example. Doing a hefty sort of workout, that type of thing. But the Ten of Wands really just tells you, push through. Because, the worst is over and it's coming to an end. Yeah. So Could be telling you push through, no, regardless of what's happening here, because you're suffering loss and you're still in pain. That's because of the treachery over a relationship that needs to be reconsidered or reevaluated. For some of you guys, though, I feel that this will be saying that the advice is it could be that a period of burden is at an end. And that's because there is actually the loss of a friendship for some of you guys. Could be because there's been treachery within a friendship, partnership, lover's relationship that has been reevaluated with the Seven of Pentacles. That is your advice. Reading Capricorns for the week commencing 26th of June up until the 2nd of July. I would like to say thanks ever so much for joining me, my darlings, and I'll see you guys on your trip across readings for the month of July. Take care.